Hello and welcome to another video. This is your life. An average person lives around 80 years in a developed country, plus and minus depends on the country that you live. That seems like a long time, but it's not. Life on Earth started 3.6 billion years ago. Incomparable, your life is like an atom. In fact, you can actually die way before that, here or here or here. You never know. But assuming that you live 80 years, here's what's going to happen. You're born, you learn how to walk and speak, you grow elder and become the naughty kid. Then you become a teenager who creates a lot of troubles to their parents, as all teenagers do. And finally, you hit 18. Most probably will get a job and go to college. After 4 years, student life ends and you probably will never go to college back again. But you will keep working. In fact, you will be working until you are 65. And guess what? That's most of your life. In fact, that's your life itself. Because here, you're still a kid. And here, you're too old. Now the question is, how are you going to spend that time? Are you simply working in a 9-to-5 job and waiting for the weekends every time because you absolutely hate your job? Are you just spending your time on social media because there is nothing else to do? It might sound a little harsh, but that's the truth whether you like it or not. If you are 25, you have got only 2,085 weeks left, or 40 years in other words, even though that life expectancy is around 80 years. And that's because as you age, your health is more likely to deteriorate. So those who are 65 and above usually have some sort of disablement such as heart diseases, cancer, diabetes and so on, which means you should not be counting on that at all. Your real life is here. If you're not going to take the best advantage out of it, then it's gone. It's the only chance that you have. Instead of living with a paycheck to paycheck, month to month in a job that you can't stand, you can spend some of your time learning what you really want to do and do that instead. If you spend 1 or 2, even 5 years of your life learning the craft that inspires you or building the business that you always dreamed about and live the rest of your life with that passion is way better than settling with something that you are simply comfortable but not inspired. And please don't complain that you don't have the time for that. Even if we take out 15 years of your life after your retirement, you're still left with 65 years. Of course, you can't use all the time because you have to do other things such as sleeping. If you sleep 8 hours a day on average, you will spend 22 years of that time sleeping. That leaves you with 43 years. If you're like most people, you will go to school and then enroll into college. That takes a total of 3 years of your life, which reduces it down to 40 years. An average American spends roughly around 9 to 10% of their time on housework. That includes eating, cleaning and so on, which further brings it down to 34 years. If you take into the account the time that you spend with your family, that amounts to around 3 years over your lifetime and decreases it down to 31 years. Even if you have a full-time job where you work on average 8 hours a day, the total amount of time you will spend working will amount to 12 years and brings it further to 19 years. If we take into the account the time you will be spending driving, waiting in the queues, making love perhaps and other unavoidable things, you will be left with 13 years of absolute free time. Have you ever thought where do you waste that time? This time is enough to become a master of 11 different professions, if mastering one craft takes 10,000 hours. But most people don't even master one. Guess why? Because they spend these 13 years of their life on things that don't matter, such as watching TV, checking social media, binge watching on Netflix. I'm not telling you to master 11 different professions, but instead you have to choose one that you love, that you're passionate about, that inspires you, and at least be good at that. So why don't you stop complaining about that you don't have the time to do what you love and start planning how you can use these 13 years of your life to do what inspires you. The purpose of this video isn't to make you feel bad about yourself, but to make you understand that we have all the time we need to do what we love regardless of our responsibilities, as long as we value our time and make the best out of it. Thanks guys for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one.